You don't want no
We're about to move. Horseman 3-1 arriving on station. We control the hard point. Advanced UAV ready. Copy. Advanced UAV on approach.
Hey guys, it's your boy Willzzzy here, bringing you guys some Modern Warfare multiplayer gameplay on the channel. What you're seeing right now is an 81 kill gameplay playing hardpoint on Hackney Yard using the Willzzzy. Now the Willzzzy is one of the most underrated guns in multiplayer. I wouldn't really use it in Warzone, but it's definitely a choice to use. It's definitely something you should definitely use in multiplayer, that's for sure. Now in today's video we're going to be discussing the Cold War multiplayer now that the alpha is over. Obviously the beta drops on October 8th, which is just under 3 weeks from now, so obviously there's going to be a lot of drastic changes between the alpha and the beta in October. So obviously I'm going to keep a very open mind with the things I say in today's video, because obviously they could change by the time the beta comes, and then again it will change probably when it launches on November 13th. Also, if you managed to play the Cold War multiplayer alpha that weekend, let me know what you guys thought of it. Did you like it? Did you hate it? What things you liked in the game? What things you didn't like? Let me know in the comments below. I want to know what you guys' thoughts and opinions are of Cold War multiplayer as of right now. Now the first thing I want to point out about Cold War is the skill-based matchmaking. Now there is definitely skill-based matchmaking during that alpha build of the game, and a lot of people on Twitter noticed it. A lot of COD professionals including Scump tweeted about it, and it was definitely there. I noticed it myself. I didn't want to say anything just yet because it could have just been a case of, you know, coming against one good player or two, but it was definitely vividly there in majority of the games when I was playing on Saturday. It even trended on at one point on Friday night. Skill-based matchmaking was actually trending on Twitter because of the outbreak of how much people do not enjoy skill-based matchmaking in casual play. Now my opinion on skill-based matchmaking is still the same. Like I said before, I don't think it should be in casual play. However, I don't mind coming against a player that could be on the skill level as mine. It just gives me a challenge. I don't mind it. But when it comes to a point when you're constantly playing against sweats 24/7, or for example in the majority of the games that you play in a session, and that the point that you have to try so badly just to win a simple game of domination, it gets annoying and it gets me frustrated, and it gets a lot of people that play the game also frustrated. And now I can speak for the majority of the Call of Duty community, and I can say for one thing's for sure that we do not want skill-based matchmaking in casual play or in Call of Duty in general. Now Modern Warfare had the exact problem where there was skill-based matchmaking in the beta, and then in the full game it was even worse, and to the point where people really stopped playing the game after a month or two into the game, and it was crazy. Now obviously Modern Warfare didn't do too well in terms of people playing the game, but in terms of sales it did well. But sales don't really mean much when the people are not really playing the game. And obviously when Warzone dropped, the attention moved to Warzone. No one was really playing multiplayer as that no more. Everyone moved on to Warzone, and yeah, it was just like, you know. And then Warzone also had skill-based matchmaking as well. If you guys don't know, Warzone definitely has it too. So that as of right now, skill-based matchmaking is everywhere, and I feel like it needs to be sorted out. Now that's all I'm going to say about that topic, or that particular point. Let's get actually into the game now. Now personally, there's a lot of things I really enjoyed about the Cold War multiplayer. First things first, I did enjoy the guns. Now for example, the AK-74U, the XM4, the Type 821. I think there was a Galil lookalike gun in the game. I forgot what it was called, but I actually enjoyed that one as well. So Scorestreaks, my issue with the Scorestreaks, obviously when you die, your Scorestreaks don't reset. So even if you die and you're close to like a chopper gunner, you will get that chopper gunner. It just depends how much score you get per game. I think it was 6,000 for a chopper gunner and like 3,500 for an attack helicopter. So like I said, I don't like that idea personally. I feel like if you die, I feel like your streak should reset. I feel like that's the way it works. Like right now, I feel like once again these developers are like helping the casual players more than the players that are actually really good at the game. If you feel like you have to get those streaks like that, it's just not as rewarding. I feel like if you die and you go on a streak, you don't die, you can constantly killing people. That's more rewarding because you're getting better as a player. Not where you die and you can still get that chopper gunner. You know what I mean? That just reminds me of a perk in Modern Warfare. Not Modern Warfare, sorry. It was World War II in Call of Duty World War II called Requisitions, where if you died, you would still be a lot like be able to get your score streaks, but you was only able to get those score streaks once per game. That means you couldn't get it ever again after once you've achieved it. Now in this game, it works a bit different. Once you get your streaks, there is like a pretty much like a timer where it's pretty much doesn't allow you to get any streaks in. So pretty much if you was to get a chopper gunner, you won't be able to get another chopper gunner for like 90 seconds. So there's like a timer where it stops you from getting streaks after you've already got the streaks. Like I said, I do not like this idea, and obviously it could change. Like I said, this is only the alpha, but every year, obviously when a new Call of Duty drops, there's obviously going to be new players that are going to try out this new Call of Duty game, and obviously the developers are obviously trying to cater towards them, and obviously they're just trying to obviously, you know, just change the dynamic of how the game runs and how it like plays out. And I feel like this ain't gonna cut it, and I feel like they should just go back and revert to how it usually is, where you die, you start your whole streak over again, which means the score streaks, etc., everything. I feel like they should do that. Now let's talk about the maps that were available to us in this multiplayer alpha build. We had Miami, Satellite, and Moscow, and we also had two 12v12 maps called Armada and Crossroads. I didn't play those two. Actually, I did play Armada, which is the big large-scale boat battlefield map. I did not like that at all. And obviously I didn't play Crossroads, but that map featured snowmobiles, tanks, jet skis, the whole lot. I didn't play that map though. I just didn't feel like I really wanted to play that map at all. Now as for the maps, I mostly enjoyed playing Satellite and Miami for the most part. Moscow was probably my least favorite out of the three, but Satellite and Miami played really well in 6v6. Obviously there were some games that did last a bit longer than it shouldn't. Obviously mainly because of how people were playing, you know, people were playing a bit slow. But in terms of how you want to compare this to the beta for Modern Warfare, because there was a lot of camping, a lot of games that took the whole 10 minutes, the whole time limit just for it to finish. This game definitely makes a huge difference to how Modern Warfare works, because Modern Warfare flows so slow, people are camping, there's so much equipment, claymores, bouncing betties, the whole lot. You get what I mean. We've been dealing with this for a whole year, so you know exactly what I mean. Now, I for one can tell you guys straight away that the Cold War multiplayer flows so much better to how the multiplayer flows in Modern Warfare. I can tell you that straight away. Now, obviously, there was a huge problem in Modern Warfare where the games were not ending because of reaching the score limit. It was ending because of the time limit, because of how big some of the maps were and how people played the game. Like, in terms of like people having claymores at the doors and stuff like that. And obviously, that really hurt the game a lot. And obviously in the Cold War there's no doors in the maps, there's no such things as doors, so we ain't got to worry about people sitting behind doors or just waiting for people to come through the doors. None of that stuff exists in Cold War. In terms of perks, for example, Ghost is back to normal, where you only are hidden from the radar if they have a UAV if you're moving. Whereas in Modern Warfare, if you pretty much had Ghost, you was pretty much off the radar no matter what. Also, the minimap is back to normal as well. It works as it always does. If you're shooting and you ain't got a suppressor on, you're going to be on that map. It works completely well. I don't know why Modern Warfare just didn't do that in the first place. They wanted to push this realism propaganda. No one got behind it, and it really hurt the game. Looking back at it now, it really hurt the game. Now, another thing that is back is Dead Silence. Obviously, it's not called Dead Silence, it's called Ninja, which allows you to sprint quietly, just similar to how Dead Silence works. And that's all we wanted. That's all we wanted. These small little things that should have been in Modern Warfare that weren't. This is all we wanted, and it could have made a huge difference to the game. And I don't understand why Modern Warfare just didn't take that approach. They wanted to push this realism propaganda, and it hurt the game, like I said. Moving on though, there was also wildcards. Wildcards are back into the game. There was one particular wildcard that I used the majority, and it allows you to have up to 8 attachments on your weapon. That is insane. It blew me away when I saw that in the multiplayer reveal, and when I got to use it in the alpha again, I was like, wow, that's an insane wild card. But yeah, overall, my first thoughts of how the game is multiplayer Cold War. There is a lot of pros in this. I gotta say, there's a lot of pros. Obviously, Cold War. I mean, sorry, the skill-based matchmaking is gonna be one huge standpoint to me. Like I mentioned earlier, it's gonna be one huge standpoint to me. But obviously, like I said, we're gonna see how the game behaves in the beta, and then obviously at launch. Because obviously, there's gonna be a lot of changes in these next 2 months until the game drops, guys. But yeah, like I said, if you guys did play the Cold War alpha, let me know in the comments below what you guys' first thoughts of the game was. I personally think the alpha was pretty decent. I feel like the game was pretty decent, to say the least. Obviously there's a lot of changes that need to be done, and that's why that alpha was there for us to try. But guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this commentary. If you do, make sure to leave a like. I don't really do commentaries as often as much as I used to back in my Black Ops 4 days. But obviously, if you guys want me to do more commentaries like this, let me know in the comments below, man. I'm always down to do stuff like this for you guys, man. As long as I want to obviously get a talking point with you guys. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. If you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you guys are new, and I'll see you guys in my next video.